I found a lady by the name of Rachel Crane Mather, who lived in Boston at the time, got a commission from the American Missionary Association. That was a group of, I want to call them philanthropists, and they were a religious organization that went all around the Lowcountry Southeast, founding black schools and colleges after the Civil War especially. So when she got to Beaufort and she saw this mass of homeless children roaming around with no direction, she felt like they needed more than a school, they needed a home. Rachel severed her ties with the American Missionary Association, took $87 of her own money and bought 20 acres of land, this beautiful campus that we're sitting on now, and founded the Mather School. And that was 1868. She first bought the property. There was only one building on the property, but Rachel was able to buy a couple of empty buildings on Hilton Head that the Union Army and Navy had abandoned, and they floated those buildings on a raft down the river, this Beaufort River, and they put those buildings in the parking lot over here, and they became the first couple of buildings that was on this campus. That was right after, that was around 1869, I imagine. So through the years, the girls learned how to do a lot of domestic work that allowed them to be employable in years to come. And that lasted until 1968, which was the year I came. Well, I came in 1967, and the school shut down in 1968. So I was only here 1 year. Well, you know, I grew up in a little town called Sheldon, which is only like 20 miles from here. But we had a little small farm, and I was the oldest child, so my dad relied on me to do most of the work on that farm. So when I came to Mather, that was my first time leaving home, although it was just right down the road. And it was a different experience to come to a place and you had your own room and your own bed. Because when I was home, me and my two brothers, we slept in the same bed. But when I got to Mather, I had my own bed, and I met so many friends on campus that 1 year. It was like a family atmosphere because kids were from all over the United States. And when you met friends and kids on campus, you became attached. And although it's been 60-some years later, I'm still in contact with a lot of the friends I met in that 1 year. I wish I could have gone to Mather for 4 years, really. We had no idea in 1967 that the school was going to shut down a year later. They were having a hard time competing with a lot of the public schools and colleges in the area. So they decided that they would shut down and allow Mather to transition into a trade school. And it became a part of the technical colleges of the Lowcountry. TCL has done a wonderful job. I know about 70,000 students have come through this campus since it became TCL. And right now today you could find any job, craft, or any field of employment is right here at TCL. So they've done a marvelous job of continuing the trend of education, affordable education. We continue to honor Mather, right, and celebrate Mather School. This building that we're sitting in front of is called the Mather Museum and Interpretive Center. And the Technical College of the Lowcountry has been gracious enough to allow us to transform what used to be our library when I was a student. They allowed us to transform this building into a Mather Museum. And we're open from time to time, especially by appointment, to allow the public to come in and just browse around and see what we've collected. And we're still in the process of collecting. We're working in conjunction with the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, Technical College of the Lowcountry, the National Park Service. All of those partners are helping us tell the Mather story. Mather has accumulated a lot of stories in 100 years, and we're trying to preserve those and recreate some of those and let people that have only heard about Mather, and a lot of people haven't heard, let them enjoy what went on this campus. It was a very important Reconstruction era school. If it wasn't for Mather, a lot of older Matherites would tell you they don't know what they would have done. It's a worthy institution to be honored, and we just hope that we can do it justice by continuing the legacy of honoring Mather School.